Welcome back to another message, and if you're new, hello, my name is Ali and I do channeled messages, and today I was reminded of this analogy. I think that's the correct term, and I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's the one with the knife in your palm, and it's like you could be asking God, creation, the divine, universe, source, whatever your terminology is. You could be asking, I'm going to say source, like, to please remove this bad thing from your life, this situation, experience, place, person, whatever it is. But what you don't realize is you have your fist around it so tightly, so firmly, and it's like, source is like, oh. But you're gripping onto it so much. How am I supposed to do that? Like, if I do that, it'll just make you bleed and it'll hurt so much. And so, with this analogy, it's about learning to let go. And then source can take it. And I feel like this is kind of where it all began for us. Learning to let go and really like full trust. Let go of the old, and it was painful, but oh gosh, how much more painful would it have been if Source did it with your hand still wrapped tightly around that knife? It would have been 10 times more painful, okay? And I feel like, that's where this journey has kind of begun for us, letting go of the old. So this could look like letting go of certain relationships in your life, letting go of a job, of a home, and that can be painful. And I definitely resonate with this. And you did that. And I'm hearing like, I'm so proud of you. There's so many souls who are so proud of you for achieving that. Because although we may, want the new to come in, before we hadn't realized that we had, in order to make, oh my gosh, my words, they're getting mixed up a bit. In order for the new to come in, we had to make room for it, which means letting go of old energies, situations, people who no longer resonate with us, to make room for things that actually resonate with us. And that's a painful process, especially if it was something you were, well, it most likely was something that you were comfortable in, and maybe you didn't realize you didn't quite resonate with. Like for me, for instance, I let go of a few relationships in my life, but before I fully did that, I wasn't really sure what was going on, and it was like you no longer could it got to a point where you couldn't keep pretending like everything was okay. And yeah, that's where I got to until I finally, actually sat with myself and was so honest with myself. And I was like, I no longer resonate with these people. And that was painful because, for years there I did, and I had such a beautiful connection with those people. But I realized we were growing in different directions. And so that's, where this journey kind of began for us, letting go of the old, opening up our palm and allowing Source to get rid of that knife, in a sense. So that's just like one analogy, and that came to me, and then I knew there was going to be a message after all of that. And I actually ended up writing a little bit on it because I knew it would be kind of a lot to uncover, and I was just getting a lot of great sort of like analogies, quotes and whatnot that I wanted to remember. So yeah, and so after that I wrote, first it was the letting go, and then once we let go of the things that we knew wasn't right for us, then it was all about like resting and having a perspective shift on your current reality, on because maybe you let go of one thing, for instance like a job, but then you're still living in the same area, and you knew that that area didn't really resonate with you, but you couldn't really do anything about it. And so after that letting go, there was a period where we had to learn to appreciate and accept where we were in life then, and to honestly like to rest and be grateful and to shed. And we were still needing some form of comfortability to shed what we were shedding, to purge, to process all of the unprocessed stuff that had built up in our system. And as well as that, it was also about a perspective shift. And while you did that, the perspective shift, they kind of came hand in hand. So this perspective shift came to you slowly over time, and you were also learning. It's kind of hard to explain, like it's a bit confusing trying to word this situation, but I know if you're here then like I'm just talking about the past right now, so I know what I'm trying to word, at least. And with this perspective shift, it was also like not forcing yourself, is what I was going to say. Not forcing yourself to be grateful, not because this new era that we are moving into is all about ease, and so we were letting go of the forcing. And so naturally the perspective shift came after, it came hand in hand. And so slowly you have come to really appreciate your current reality and where you are. And I'm being reminded of this message I did quite some time ago, and it was about how, I forget the title of the message, but I'm basically talking about how this reality you are in now is the manifestation of all your past selves, hard work, and like where you are now is a past version of yourself dream. And all these past versions of yourself worked so hard to get you here where you are now. And yeah, a part of this perspective shift was realizing that and actually slowing down enough to appreciate how much it took you to get here. And so your external reality maybe hasn't really changed much for quite some time, but your internal being, it has gone through so many leaps and bounds, and you have started to really acknowledge that, realize that, like just how you deal with certain situations, 11:11 on the clock, how you deal with certain situations now is just so vastly different to how you used to. And so you're being put in all these situations that maybe your past self would have like freaked out or been overwhelmed or not been able to handle. You're being put in these situations and you're realizing, holy snap, I have actually grown so much. And although my external reality looks the same, I see it differently. You see differently now. I'm getting, maybe you are physically 12:12 on the clock somewhere different. From when you first started this, but you've been in this place for a while now. And for a while now, you know, at first maybe you felt like maybe you felt like you weren't going to be here for that long, like wherever you have ended up. And, you know, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what does not, please. You're very intuitive people. You are a very intuitive person. You know, I'm just going to quickly go down a tangent. I look back on these messages sometimes and I just chuckle because I feel like I change up the way I address you guys. So I go from like plural to singular to and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so don't mind that. I know, like, whoever you are behind, you know, on the other side watching this on the screen, like, you're a singular person, but there's a collective I'm talking to, and so sometimes I refer to you as plural, so don't mind that. Okay. And I'm getting a ring. It's ringing in this ear. Wow, that was really intense. Okay. So, where was I? That was like a really intense ring. It lasted a while. So you see differently now. I don't even know if that's where I was. I keep seeing a lot of 1s and 4s on the clock. Like every time I think to look at it, I just seem to be seeing those a lot. So yeah, those numbers might be significant for you. maybe you didn't think you were going to be where you are now for so long, and at first you kind of struggled. You're like maybe back then you thought that was when you were going to start being more adventurous, you know, because you let go and you thought, hey, all the new's gonna come in now. But there was so much more to let go. There was so much more to purge. There was so much more to process. And you know that now. And yeah, it was quite the roller coaster that we went through. And so at the time of you watching this, maybe your external reality hasn't really changed much, or it is starting to change. There's slowly there's things changing, and the past version of you, maybe I'm getting wouldn't have noticed these little changes that are happening in your life now. But now you do, because you have so much more presence in your life. You're so much more present in your life, and you have really just slowed down so much compared to your old version. And so you see more. You've always been perceptive is what I was meant to say. Perspective is a big thing. To me, perspective is everything. And something I said actually just in a recent message was that we give life meaning. So why not look at life positively? Why not be optimistic? Why not give life meaning in a way that resonates with you, that calls to you, that makes you feel good? So yeah, your perspective has changed so much. That's been one of the biggest shifts that you've gone through, perspective. But yeah, perception was what I meant. You're very perceptive, but you have slowed down so much more now, and you are so much more present in your life that you see more, you acknowledge more, you are aware of more. And so, sorry, I just got a message. Okay, that's all good. You might be reached out to soon, is what I'm hearing. I'm kind of going down a different path, but that's okay. Yeah. So, you might be reached out soon. My words are I keep skipping a word or flipping them around in order. Pardon. Goodness. But you may be sought out soon, and you may receive something soon. An offer is what I'm hearing. And use your intuition, use your discernment. This may or may not be for you. But yeah, I'm hearing someone influential in whatever they're seeking out to you about will be offering something to you. And I'm hearing exciting, yet also maybe overwhelming. Maybe this has been something you have wanted to do since you were like a child, is what I'm hearing. It's like childhood dream sort of thing. And I'm hearing you can trust them, but more importantly, trust you. I don't want to be like giving out, you know, I don't want to be saying like, oh, you know, take up this offer that someone's going to be giving to you soon. Like, I don't want to be that person. So please use your own intuition and discernment if this does come in for you. You can trust you. Listen to your gut. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, first there was the letting go. And then there was the gaining new perspective and learning acceptance, all within your situation, reality, you know, what's external of you. And you've really learned to appreciate where you are in life right now. And you just view everything so differently to when you first started this journey. So just take a moment to acknowledge that and be like, damn, I did that. I'm hearing we are so proud of you. I'm getting like, okay, I'm getting ancestry. Your ancestors are so proud of you, because maybe a lot, like a part of what you shedded during this time was generational, and you just shedded and let go of generational fears, traumas, programmings, way of being that so many generations before you were not able to let go of. You're crazy. Like, that's so powerful. And so many of your ancestors are sending you love. They're so proud of you. They're sending you blessings, is what I'm hearing. They're like, thank you. God damn, these chains were so heavy. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. So, this more recent part of what this journey that we have been through of shifting our way of being in this world from force to ease is like there's been more momentum picking up, and we are gaining more energy again, because like for a period there, like we were just so tired and drained, like, and exhausted all the time, because there was just so much going on, you know, consciously and subconsciously. There was stuff going on in our dreams, and still can be. I literally had such a vivid dream last night, and I ended up sobbing in the dream, and I woke up feeling so sad. It was, yeah. So your dreams could be hectic. Okay, so this period that we're in now, there's momentum picking up. We are getting more energy. And there are little things that are coming in externally, and you're noticing them, and you're getting excited. And with this momentum picking up, you're really being reminded to ease into this. It's exciting, but don't forget the foundations you literally have just been building for so, like, whatever time period it has taken for you to do it. Like, you literally, like, crumbled the old foundations you were living on and rebuilt it, and now is like we're entering the season where we will actually get to like live on the foundation and not be building it. But don't disregard what you just built. Don't forget that we are moving into an era of ease. Now that you've got like the energy back, don't just let this excitement sweep you up off your feet and you just be like, okay, I'm flying my way through this and I'm forcing, like, I'm getting kind of like a Superman sort of vibe here, and you're like flying in the air and you're pushing all the clouds out of the way and like you're just making way for you to get through this. Like, don't do that. Just saying, like, you are asked to not get too carried away, to not forget your foundation that you literally have just spent so much time building. Literally in capitals here I wrote, don't forget foundational work you've just gone through. Ease is the new foundation of your reality. Facts. This next chapter is for us to apply it on a more hands-on period. Lack for a better word, it's kind of like, this is kind of like the testing grounds for applying this foundation that we just built. Like, is it strong enough? Is it going to hold? Are we going to trust it? Okay, I might just read this because the bottom half, like the top half was kind of just like dot points, but the bottom half I actually like wrote. Okay. Shall your excitement burn your foundations, or coexist with ease? Shall this passion, fire, momentum, energy take the reins, or be, I don't know if this is the right word, I probably should have checked this before, but, or be in synergy? Like, basically, like, coexist, be in harmony with each other. Your heart is loud at this time, but keep your mind present, quiet, easeful. Don't let it muddle what it is in. Don't let your mind muddle what is in your heart. You will know when it will be the right time for the movement, for the action. So until those moments, remain soft. Moving forward, you shall discover the balance within your masculine, feminine, child, your wisdom, your creativity, your rest. Keep doing you. So this next period that we're moving into is like testing the waters, the new waters that we are entering. You know, trying out this new foundation we've just built for ourselves in this life, this new way of living we have just chosen to move into, to let go of all the old, you know? We chose to let go of that to move into this new period, into this new way of being. Are you going to honor the foundations that you just built moving forward? Or are you going to burn them to the ground? You know? Like, that's pretty brutal the way I'm putting it, but that's the way that's coming to me. Your spirit team don't play about you, okay? And I'm like really tapping into this kind of like feisty energy now. It's like, don't you forget, girl. Baby, what you doing? Are you forcing right there? No. But yeah, this moving forward, this next chapter is, what I'm getting is, it's all about making use of what we just built and building on from that, like learning to balance all aspects of ourselves, you know, the masculine, feminine, balancing that, you know, tapping into our inner child and then into our inner wisdom, you know, really you're going to find the harmony within them all, and they're going to be able to coexist inside of you and not one control you. This new chapter that we're moving into is all about the balance now. Can you balance all these different aspects of yourself? Can you listen to your intuition and know what's right for you? You have done such beautiful work. Remember, I've said this a few times now, like, this new chapter that we are moving into will flourish, baby. It will flourish from us finding that balance, from us easing into it and not forcing. This is a time, we're moving into a time of living by intuition rather than just pure intellect and rationality. We're no longer being those logical, like, we're not computers, okay? Like, we are so vast. Don't forget how vast you are, and you're really learning, you're really stepping into learning the balance and the harmony of tapping in to all of you, to letting all of you out. This is a very beautiful time. You have very beautiful energy, and thank you for being here. I truly love and appreciate you so much, and that's all for this message. So until next time, I love you. Bye.